The Formula Rossa roller coaster can speed up to 149 miles per hour. A dodgem can drive up to 100 miles per hour. A peregrine falcon can fly up to 242 miles per hour. A marlin fish can swim up to 68 miles per hour. Marathon champion Eliud Kipchoge can run up to 13 miles per hour. The pursuit of speed is what motivates many runners, many extreme sport enthusiasts, and seemingly many drivers, with over 2 million speeding tickets issued each year in the UK. Hurry, rush, dash, race, hasten, speed. Our culture drives us to do things quickly, to be fast and not to waste time. But for many of us, this past year has forced us to slow down, to take a more leisurely pace, and to unhurry ourselves. This has offered us many opportunities to discover more of God's presence in our lives. The average human cannot fly at 242 miles per hour, swim at 68 miles per hour, or even run at 13 miles per hour. The average human can walk at 3 miles per hour. And because of that, I want to talk to you today about our 3 mile per hour God. Let me explain. In the late 1970s, Japanese theologian Kosuke Koyama wrote a book, 3 miles an hour God. He noticed that the average human being walks at 3 miles per hour. When Jesus was on earth, he caught no buses, drove no cars, and took no trains. He may have ridden the occasional donkey and taken the odd trip on a fishing boat. But actually, Jesus did his life on foot. Jesus, who is God, walked at 3 miles per hour. God, who is love, walks at 3 miles per hour. Love has a speed, Koyama says, and that speed is slow. That speed is gentle. That speed is tender. You would think, wouldn't you, that Jesus would be ultra productive, precisely efficient, and exemplary at time management. You would think he wouldn't want to miss a second in fulfilling his mission. And he didn't. But Jesus didn't complete his mission through hurrying, rushing, and speeding. He completed his mission by walking at 3 miles per hour. When you read the stories of Jesus, do you get the sense that Jesus is dashing from one thing to the next like we do? Or do you feel a different rhythm of life, where Jesus is fully present in each moment? I love to run, and the faster the better in my mind. But the Gospels don't tell me that I have a fellow runner in Jesus. Proverbs 28 verse 1 even says, "The wicked run when no one is chasing them." Jesus walked an estimated 3,125 miles during his ministry, give or take. He would certainly have achieved his 10,000 steps a day, but just had no Fitbit to record it on. Jesus knew the incredible importance and value of his mission. He knew the brokenness of the world and its desperation to be saved. But urgency and hurry did not define his ministry. Time, space, and presence defined it. Film director Werner Herzog says this: "The world reveals itself to those who travel on foot." If you've ever walked through an area that you regularly drive through, you will know exactly what he means. Cocooned in a car or a bus, We do not hear children laughing or birds tweeting, smell barbecues cooking or the fragrance of flowers, feel the warmth of the summer sunshine or the coolness of the refreshing rain. But when we walk, we discover so much more about our world. And that is what Jesus experienced too. Many of the stories of Jesus tell of the accidental encounters he had with people. Encounters which shaped his mission and ministry. As Jesus walked slowly around the Holy Land, he met such an odd array of people. Roman centurions and tax collectors, priests and prostitutes, fishermen and Pharisees. As Jesus walked, he met his world, he ministered to his people, and he embraced the mission of love. And by walking, he did not just redeem the lives of those he walked to and walked with, he redeemed the whole world. As Jesus walked, carrying his cross to Calvary, each step was a step towards the salvation of the world. It's amazing to realise that Jesus accomplished the redemption of the entire world at 3 miles per hour. Throughout his ministry, as Jesus walked, he would have engaged in many spiritual conversations. He would have taught his disciples and drawn a crowd to follow him on the road. And it is walking and talking that the risen Jesus comes alongside Cleopas and the other disciple on the road to Emmaus. In Luke 24, we read of those 2 followers who are seemingly just taking a nice 7-mile stroll to Emmaus for a spot of dinner. We don't know any greater purpose for the journey, but it is on their 3-mile-per-hour walk that the 2 of them have the opportunity to talk and share all the thoughts on their hearts and in their minds. And then, falling into step alongside them, comes a man who asks, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" Which actually seems like a rather nosy intrusion. But they openly share with this apparent stranger the story that has led them to this point. The walk allows them time and space to express what is troubling their souls. And on the journey, Jesus, still unknown to them, is able to challenge them and open their eyes to something more. Jesus is an unexpected walking companion, but clearly not someone they're desperate to shake off. It says, Jesus continued on as if he were going farther, but they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening." They had walked together, and now it was time to eat together. Well, the best walks do always end with food. The physical walk had prepared their stomachs for food, and the spiritual walk had prepared them for their eyes to be open to who this stranger was. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. Consistently throughout the story of Jesus, we see a man who ministered at 3 miles per hour. Step by step, he embraced the world as it appeared before him, and as he tread the paths of Palestine, he left a trail of the unhurried blessings of love. Many people of faith have a desire to walk in the footsteps of Jesus, to visit the locations of his life, and to look upon the scenes he saw. The idea of embarking on pilgrimage, walking to sacred spaces, is having a resurgence as people seek meaning, purpose, and hope. but it is the journey, not necessarily the destination, which offers the opportunity for spiritual growth and transformation. However, walking where Jesus walked is so much less important than walking how Jesus walked. Jesus walked with purpose. He walked with open eyes and attentive ears. Jesus walked with others, shared with friends, and found joy in the journey. There was an unhurried schedule, no clock watching, and simply a desire to be present in the moment. And as Jesus walked, he loved, he cared, and he embraced. As Jesus walked, he saved the world at 3 miles per hour. I pray today that you will make space and take time to walk, to slow down, to be present in the moment. And as you walk in step with Jesus, may you discover the unforced rhythms of grace which come from walking and working with our 3 mile per hour God. God bless you.